The member from Mississauga, East-Cooksville.
Thank you, Speaker. I will be dividing my time with the member from Thunder Bay, Atikokan. Speaker, as I stand here, I cannot help but reflect on the incredible journey that has brought me here. It's a journey that began when I first got off a plane at Pearson International Airport many, many years ago one August afternoon. And I have to say it was love at first sight. The stunning lake, the beautiful buildings, the clean, orderly streets. It was also different from the India I had left behind. And it's a love, I have to say, that has deepened over time, but it's also been tested. My first shock was my new home. It was a basement apartment with cockroaches. But I was young and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get a good job and rent a better place. So I went about looking for a job. And that's when I came up against those very famous question, but do you have Canadian experience? And of course I didn't, so that went nowhere. So I thought, if I can't get a decent job, I'm going to study and upgrade my skills. So I thought about doing an MBA, and that's when I found out that my CA degree from India and my BCom were equal to a grade 13 in Ontario. So there I was in my basement apartment with no job prospects and apparently no educational prospects. And needless to say, I was a little disappointed. But what's really remarkable about my story is the fact that it's just so ordinary, because it's the story of countless immigrants through the ages, no matter where they came from, whether they came here in the 1800s, the 1900s, or the 21st century. It's in fact the story of many people who live in my riding of Mississauga, East-Cooksville. Stories of the incredible struggle it can be to build a new life in a new country. But there are also stories of hope and courage, because no matter how bad things get, we never go back, we don't give up, because we believe that tomorrow will be better than today, if not for us, then for our children. And that, to me, is the promise of Canada. For someone like me, the enduring promise of the new world, the enduring promise of a country like Canada, is that it's one of the few places in the world where what you know is more important than who you know, where your father's name doesn't matter, but your ability does matter, where if you're willing to work hard and willing to work smart, you will get ahead. That is the promise of Canada. But I'll be honest, it's a tough promise to keep, because even in good times, human nature conspires against it, and in tough times, it's often broken. And that's why when people now ask me, now that you're a newly elected member, what are you going to do for your constituents? There's a number of things I can rattle off. But deep down, what I really want to do is renew my commitment to this promise of Canada, to the ideal that the privileges and the challenges that come with birth are tempered by a culture of meritocracy, or put very simply, a world where each of us has a fair chance at chasing our dreams and succeeding. I got that chance, but I know that there are many who haven't. In closing, all I'm going to say is that whatever success I've had is not just because I worked hard, although I did, and not just because I persevered, because I did, but also because at crucial times in my life, perfect strangers took a chance on me. Strangers like the Vice Dean of Admissions at the University of Toronto, who allowed me to do my MBA, even though I was technically only a grade 13. Strangers like the librarian, who allowed me to borrow books past the due date without paying a fine because she knew I couldn't afford those books. The strangers who helped me in my nomination, the perfect strangers who walked into my campaign office, donated money, and countless hours to help me get elected. To each of you who took a chance on me, all I can say is thank you for taking a chance on me. And the only way I can repay you is to help others. To my friends and family, you know and I know that I couldn't have done this without you. And to the wonderful people of Mississauga, East-Cooksville, all I can say is I thank you from the bottom of my heart for the wonderful privilege you've given me, and I hope I'll be worthy of it. And finally, I've been thinking that my story at its core is really a love story. It's about the story of falling hopelessly in love with this wonderful country. Thank you.